Hey besties, listen up. I have a secret to tell you. LinkedIn now has improved the job search experience for nurses. Search by your specialty, the shifts you want to work, and the salary that you want to make. With so many employers hiring on LinkedIn, finding the perfect job is even more simplified. So don't spend months searching. Go to linkedin.com/nurses and find out why in the past year, more than 1.5 million nurses have used LinkedIn to search for their next role. That's linkedin.com/nurses.
This podcast contains adult themes and language, and some of the things that we discuss may be disturbing to some listeners. In this podcast, we discuss sexual assault, torture, race, and murder. Listener discretion is advised. Please take care of yourself.
Fruities, welcome to our newest segment. Love you, bye. I'm Wendy, and that's Beth.
Hello.
And this is going to be basically a bi-weekly minisode, and we're here for just some fun, informal chit-chat and bullshit and catching up. It's a work in progress.
Yes, so if you're listening to this and you have an idea for us what we should cover or talk about, get at us.
Yeah. Okay, well then let's just get into it. First of all, my friend, wow, what a 2 weeks. How are you? What's going on over there?
I'm good.
I need details. Anything bringing you joy? Anything ridiculous?
Well, we saw the Lilo and Stitch movie.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
Cute.
Okay, here's what's crazy. Lilo and Stitch came out when I was a kid. And I loved it.
Yeah,
but
it's
like
my
kids,
one of my favorites.
It's so good. It's so underrated. But
it
my
is.
kids and their little friends little kids are obsessed with Lilo, and my daughter has 2 pairs of Lilo and Stitch headphones and Lilo and Stitch pajama pants, and so many plushies. And I just never, but she'd never seen the movie.
She'd never seen it?
No, but these little kids love it so much. And I'm telling you that Lilo and Stitch story, first of all, story about a brown girl, okay?
Yep.
A brown girl from an unconventional family. Some might have called it a broken home, whatever.
Right.
Her home wasn't broken. It was full of
Little
love.
and broken, but still good. Yeah. Still
Amazing.
good.
Full of love. Perfect family, if you ask me. And then this little alien comes down who is, he's just the coolest little thing. And then Ving Rhames, I think, is the voice of the black CIA guy who's So I don't know anything about the new one. I'm not
It's
pressed.
a little different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't... I just loved Lilo and Stitch, so I had to see it.
Okay, and you took the
also took the grandson, and he's neurodivergent, so he can't sit still for long periods of time. So he had to take breaks. But
yeah,
my daughter and I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Yeah, no. I gotta say, the kid movies are really stepping up their game. They're more enjoyable for parents and adults.
Yeah.
They slip in some jokes that are fun for the adults.
Yep, for the grown-ups.
So I'm going to have to go see. You are really on a roll with these movies. What do you got, a season pass at AMC? Did Nicole
I've seen 2 movies.
Okay.
I've seen 2 movies. Come on.
That's a lot. That's a lot. You got in, you put clothes on, brushed your teeth, got in your car, found a parking space, bought tickets, went inside and sat there twice. Yep. That's crazy. Yep. That's crazy. That's couldn't be me.
Yeah, I did that. That was over Memorial Day weekend, which was last weekend. Didn't do much of anything else. My daughter, she'd been trying to find a job because where she was working before was about an hour drive away because, that's where she lived.
Right.
And now she's divorced and she's living with me.
Oh, is it final?
Yeah, it's final.
Wow.
So, it's done
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you. Why, thank you so much.
We're free.
We're free, yeah. She actually did get a tattoo to commemorate it. It's a tattoo of a sock, and it says Dobby is free.
Oh, I love that. Oh, my God. Is she going to have a party?
No.
Oh.
But
You're not going to
she
throw
did.
one?
No. So she'd been having a hard time finding a job, and I don't really know why. Because she got really good recommendations. She got really good scores.
Yeah.
And she was just having a real hard time finding a job. Well, she finally found one.
Great.
The people that she interviewed with at the school she took the job, they heard about her from her other school. Like, they knew people there. And she got rave reviews. So the other people that didn't hire her are missing out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she got rave reviews, and she basically had the job before she even interviewed.
Good for her. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
so
I love it
that's
when
a
things
relief.
like work out like that. Like the universe like telling you it's going to be okay. You're on the right track, even though it's
Right.
It
sucks
hard.
for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
Yeah, she was getting down. She's like, why? What's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know there's a lot of schools who are letting people go. And so
It's insane.
my
out
theory was that there's a lot of teachers with tenure or, a lot more years. She only has like 3 years of teaching under her belt. So
Sure. Okay.
yeah.
And the tenure makes it hard to get rid of.
Tenure might have been the wrong word.
Oh.
They just have more experience than she
I
has.
see,
So
I see.
they would probably get hired before her because she doesn't have as much experience.
I see. But that's so interesting because we need teachers. We need so many teachers. So many good
I just
teachers.
don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know how many jobs are out there and how many people are applying for those jobs. I don't really know because it seemed like there just weren't any jobs.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad that. What a relief. What a relief.
Yeah.
That's actually, that's my worst nightmare is having no job.
Yeah. Having a hard time finding a job and
it's
feeling rejected.
terrifying.
And
It's really, really rough.
Yeah.
And if you've been there, you don't want to go back there ever again.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
good
I've been
for
in
her.
the same company for 27 years.
Oh, Beth. It's so funny. So, you saw some movies. Your daughter's got a job.
Yeah.
Things are going okay over there?
Yeah, things are going good.
Tight.
How about you?
Yeah, things are going good over here. We are moving towards closing. We have like this wall set up in the like rental home that we're in right now. It looks like, the conspiracy theory walls with like string and index cards, but it's like, okay, new house. It's like new house plans, right? Like we've been looking for this for a long time. We don't want to fuck it up. So we're just trying to be really, not detailed, mindful and have a plan. Like planning is good.
Yeah.
And my mom over at her place in Washington, she's cleaning out her garage. I don't know. This is a thing moms do. Anyway, she cleaned out her garage and she found a book that I wrote when I was 10 years old.
What?
About a slave girl. And her name is Esther and her journey to freedom. And,
wow.
And she lived on this plantation and she figures out, I got to leave this place. I'm going to escape. So she goes to freedom. And she becomes like a famous lounge singer. And I wrote a lot of books when I was a kid. We had book fairs at my school. So the kids were encouraged. We had to write a book every year.
Oh, wow.
And all of my books had something to do with
something
slavery.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. She escaped from slavery and then she became a famous singer. That's how all of my books ended. And I wanted to read you an excerpt.
Okay.
This is mortifying. Okay. So this is the part in the book where Esther meets a new enslaved boy who comes on the plantation. Okay. And she is introducing herself. She goes, my name is Esther, she said. Sam asked, how long have you lived on the plantation? All my life, she said. It's not so bad. I'm with my family, and the work is not so hard. The master's daughter is my best friend, and she taught me how to read and write. And Sam says, on the last plantation where I lived, the master was very cruel. I tried to run away, but I was caught. The master said I was too much trouble, so he sold me, and that's why I'm here. And Esther asked, were you scared? How did it feel to be free at the time? And Sam said, well, at the time I was scared when they found me and whipped me, but for those few days that I was free, it was the best few days I've ever had.
Wow.
So anyway, that's little author Wendy. I got all these crazy illustrations.
You should not be mortified. That's actually really good.
Thank you so much. Anyway, I just thought that was so funny, like a blast from the past. One of my kids is 10 now, and so there's like a little picture of me at the back of the book. I was like, oh my God, I forgot who that little kid was. So anyway, that was just like a blast from the past. But also like, listen, I've had slavery and oppression on the brain since day one. This is not new. Wendy has always been about it.
I would not have thought anything less.
Oh, thank you, Fred. I thought that was so funny. And thanks for letting me share it.
Oh, I love it. I actually loved it. I loved it. Yeah. That was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
In golf, precision is everything, on and off the course. PGA of America chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business for smooth operations and seamless transactions. Together, we enhance ticketing and concessions for better fan experiences from gate to green. This is pro-level efficiency. This is PGA of America with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
What makes a great pair of glasses? At Warby Parker, it's all the invisible extras without the extra cost. Their designer quality frames start at $95, including prescription lenses, plus scratch-resistant, smudge-resistant, and anti-reflective coatings, and UV protection, and free adjustments for life. To find your next pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contact lenses, or to find the Warby Parker store nearest you, head over to warbyparker.com. That's warbyparker.com.
Other than that, I have really been enjoying the AI babies reenacting things on the internet. Have you seen those?
Oh, yeah. I've seen those.
They
creep me out.
Fun.
They creep me out.
They are creepy. Like, you're like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Oh, this was that scene from The Real Housewives of whatever. Oh,
yeah.
Hilarious. Anyway, those have been really
creepy.
fun. Yeah. Once you realize what you're watching now, I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, then it's all right. Yeah. So my grandson, I think I told you I'll play games on Roblox.
Oh, yeah.
With my grandson.
Yeah.
I've been playing one lately called Grow a Garden. And for whatever reason, I love this one.
Oh, really?
Like most of the time, I'm like, I'll play it.
Does your grandson like it though?
He likes it too, yeah.
Oh,
so we play it together.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, I know the internet it's not perfect. It's not the safest place for our kids, but I've found Roblox, especially for my kids who've moved 3 states in the past several years, staying connected to their peers.
Yeah.
And playing with their peers. And I think that's really important.
I've been playing with my grandson on Roblox for years. Like he would call me when they lived in North Dakota. He would call me and we would talk on the phone while we played these games together. So
I love that. Yeah, my mom does that with my kids too. I think it's really, really special and wonderful. And like, there's been throughout history ways that, the grandparents' generation connects with the younger one. And Roblox is really, really great. Even though, like I said, it's not perfect. It's the internet.
Yeah, there are
pitfalls.
Pitfalls. You got to be careful about who they're chatting with. That's the only thing. But
the chat function.
Chat.
I hate it because kids say wild shit.
They do.
And I think you can turn it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. My daughter manages that. So I just know we play games together. That's all I know.
I love it. More play.
Yep,
and
more
it's
play.
Summer, so there's probably going to be a lot more Roblox playing. So, friend, anything that's brought you joy? I guess it sounds like playing Roblox has brought you joy.
Yeah.
So, what is something that has brought me joy? Well, that book that I just told you about. Should we get into some stories?
Well, actually, what have you been watching?
Oh my God. Let me get the old phone out. I have been watching, as I have mentioned numerous times, the Homestead show.
Oh, right.
But there are some other things I've been tuning into. So tell me what you're watching, and then I'll tell you.
Well, I just started the Tylenol Murders on Netflix. What was recommended by one of our Patreons. I think his name is Alex.
Hell yeah. It's in my queue. My kids were asking me about it. They were like, Tylenol? How can And I was like, I don't really know, but there was a period of time in American history that Tylenol people were putting arsenic or something in it and it was killing people.
Yeah.
And then they had to put the protective thing on the
That's
Tylenol
what
bottles.
started the whole tamper-proofing.
Yeah, thank you.
Everything,
That's my smart friend.
now is tamper-proofed.
Yes.
Back then, I remember when this happened.
You do?
Yeah, it happened. I was alive.
No.
I am old. So I remember when it happened. So somebody was taking the capsules and opening the capsules and putting poison in the capsules.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people died?
I don't remember. So it's a 3-part series on Netflix. I just started it.
That's perfect
I
for
watched
me.
the first episode. I guess it's probably about an hour. And it just started really telling the story.
Okay.
And my understanding is that there's going to be some twists and turns, but I don't know what they are yet because I haven't watched the whole series yet.
No problem.
And I think I remember part of what happened with it, but I'm not going to say because I don't really, I don't really know.
That's all right. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be watching that. I obviously, The Last of Us was a joy, and Handmaid's Tale season finale
Still
kicked
haven't
off.
seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I think I stopped watching in like season 3 or season 4.
Okay. Well, I will tell you that, I mean,
Was it satisfying?
No secret. It was so satisfying.
Okay.
Like I felt inspired.
Okay.
Because it feels like a parallel to what we're experiencing.
What's going on now?
I've been listening to people saying this is a point of like revolution. Like this cannot continue. The way we're going, like things really have to change, and they're going to. Is it going to be violent? Is it going to be peaceful?
How long is it going to take?
Yeah. So that I found really, really just. I watched the final episode twice. And listened to, of course, a podcast about it. Eyes on Gilead is
Eyes
the podcast
on
about
Gilead.
it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they're Aussies from down under.
Australia.
Yeah. And it's the official
The official podcast,
Handmaid's Tale podcast. So they get access to like the creators and the writers and showrunners and stuff like that. So
I love
super,
that.
super cool.
Yeah.
What else did I watch? Let's see.
I can tell you that there's something going to be coming out that I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yeah?
On Netflix, they're developing an 8-episode limited series called The Altruists, and it's about Sam Bankman-Fried, the cryptocurrency guy.
Crypto dude?
Yeah, and it's being produced by Barack and Michelle Obama.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, where's my time machine so I can go to the future and watch it now?
So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, me too. Oh, I just love it. You know what? There's a bunch of stuff that I've kind of been waiting to watch, like the Nathan For You. And I guess the season finale just dropped this week. Everybody's talking about it on the internet. He does something with aviation and planes and pilots. So I want to binge that. So that's on my list. And also Tylenol Murders. And that's pretty much it for now.
Okay.
That's all I've been consuming. Let me just double check my notes. I might have put something else in here.
Oh, I did have something else to talk about. So we moved to a different network. We're on...
my God.
Forgot to mention it.
Wait,
We're on
announcement alert. Yeah.
True Story Media.
Yeah.
And we are with Affirmative Murder. They're one of our...
Yeah, our pod pals. Our pod play cousins.
And Nobody Should Believe Me. Andrea Dunlop she runs the network. We love her.
We love her. She's
her.
a great content creator. I mean, her podcast is amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
And the work continues, right? She's continuing to sort of advocate for these kinds of cases and victims and stuff like that. So, and Andrea is so fucking cool.
She is.
I can't believe she's like our friend. So
yeah, I know. It's so cool. And I remember when I first came across that podcast and shouting it out on our podcast. Yeah, because it's just fascinating. And then also Pretend.
Yes.
Javier, who does the Pretend podcast, is a friend of Andrea's too. And I love that podcast, Pretend.
Yeah, I do. Oh my God. I mean, yes, super duper juicy. It's a great, great podcast. But the thing about this network that I think is important to say is that it is really, their goal is really good storytelling, really like victim-centered, just trying to do good ethical work in the true crime space, which, you know, is it's hard. It's hard to do.
Yeah, it's hard.
So we're really, really excited to be a part of the network and happy.
Yeah. And I also wanted to shout out another podcast on the network.
Yeah.
One I had not listened to before. It's called You Probably Think This Story's About You. I just started listening to it, and it's fascinating also.
Oh, really? Wait, is it hosted by Joni Mitchell?
No.
Okay. Joni Mitchell's on our network. Oh my God. Wow.
It's the host is Brittany Ard, and she's telling a story about something that happened to her. So it's fascinating.
Okay. You know what? Speaking of other pod news, our other pod pal, Sarah Ferris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
she does Conning the Con, Clueless. She does a bunch of podcasts.
Yeah. She's prolific and very, very good at podcasting.
Yeah. And just
really
the
great
nicest,
stories. Oh my
nicest person.
Oh my God. And she's so fun.
Yeah.
And just sending thoughts, prayers, healing energy. I think she's been diagnosed with what she has announced as stage 4 cancer.
Breast cancer.
It's breast cancer. Yeah. And so we're just sending loving healing
put her on your prayer list, everybody.
Yeah, put her on the prayer list for sure.
Imagine this. The best pasta sauce you have ever tasted sits abandoned on a plate. Wasted sauce. That is a tragedy. If only you had used Barilla al Bronzo pasta. Its bronze-cut texture holds your sauce and scoops up every last drop. The Italians call that scarpetta. Capture sauce the Italian way. Barilla al Bronzo. Click or tap the banner to find out more.
Meta AI is the personal AI that's tailored to you, now with its very own app. It's built to get to know you, offering helpful answers and inspiration. Looking for something to add to your bucket list? Meta AI goes beyond traveling the world. It remembers you're a basketball fanatic and suggests you attend one of the playoff games. Just start typing or speaking to get the answers you need, wherever and whenever, because Meta AI is your personal AI. Download the Meta AI app, now available on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
What else is there to talk about? Should we get into some?
Yeah, let's get into some news stories.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so
have you heard the term taco being used? The acronym?
No. What does it mean? Does it have to do with tariffs?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ! I thought we could get away from that deal. It's
an acronym that Wall Street investors are using to describe Trump's pattern of making major disruptive policy moves, like the tariffs, and then reversing course.
Okay.
And it stands for Trump always chickens out.
Oh, that's why everybody's doing
taco. Yeah.
That must make him so mad.
It makes him furious.
I bet it does.
So please use it.
Done. Consider it done. Speaking of Trump, he is unleashed the pardon power, a bunch of pardons.
Oh, yeah.
2 of note, Larry Hoover. And I am familiar with Larry Hoover because he's in a lot of rap songs. A lot of rappers rap about Free my nigga Larry Hoover. Because I think he was a drug lord or drug kingpin and also gang member or maybe founding member of, I can't remember the name of the gang in Chicago. But anyway, Trump pardoned his federal crimes, but he's still he's 75 years old. And I think his state crimes. He's got another couple hundred years to finish for that. But so Larry Hoover is free? Question mark?
And then he's been pardoned of his federal crimes.
and then the Chrisleys, you remember them?
Chrisleys, yeah.
Woo, they are free, and this is what an interesting time to be alive.
Yeah.
I found this comedian on the internet. Her name is Heidi Reagan. She is this is something else that brings me joy. She's, I think, also an Aussie comedian, and she talks about this dead body theory. And it's a way to practice gratitude. So you just dead body and everything. So let's say your daughter couldn't find a job. So, at least she didn't have to deal with having to hide a dead body. Or, imagine how stressful that would be, right?
Yeah.
Let me see. Think of another thing. Oh my gosh, my car won't start. But you know what? At least I didn't have to help anybody hide a dead body today, and I don't have to worry about going to federal prison or blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, what a way to practice gratitude. And I just really enjoyed that. And I'm just sharing it here because in these crazy times, it's things like that. At least I'm not dealing with dead bodies today.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I wanted to talk about Tory Lanez. We've talked about the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case. Megan Thee Stallion is a incredibly talented rapper, performer, songwriter. She's got degrees. She's trying to save the world and, doing it all, I think, with grace. And there was an incident during the pandemic. She was shot in her foot. And Tory Lanez was alleged to have done the shooting. And he was convicted of it, and he's in prison. Well, he's in prison, and he got stabbed 14 times.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and he's alive. I think he had, collapsed lungs. But what was really funny for me to observe was how the internet sort of turned the narrative that they tried to spin on Megan Thee Stallion. Oftentimes we talk about on this show how Black women are never, ever seen as victims. Like, they're either... they must have deserved it, or it's their fault, or it wasn't that bad, or stuff like that. That's what we do to women of color who are victims of crimes. So people have been turning it around on Tory Lanez saying, what do they say? I'm looking for
Must have been what he was wearing.
Stuff like that. People are saying oh no, because they were saying, the bullet fragments about Megan Thee Stallion's foot. And so they were like, well, since he was stabbed by another inmate, the internet is doing this crazy thing, using the narrative against him, saying it must have been the knife fragment that got Tory Lanez. And we hope he gets better and he can get back on his good foot because, he shot. He was convicted of shooting Megan in the foot. And I forgot the creator's name who was doing this. There was a lot of people joining the bandwagon, but it was just really, really funny. But this also leads me to another thing I wanted to mention, which is this trend of Black women, famous ones, saying somebody hurt me. And then the internet saying, well, did they hurt you that bad?
Right.
Like Cassie in the P. Diddy trial.
Right.
Saying,
but you were with him.
You were right with him. You stayed with him for so long.
Yeah.
What? And it's just really, really stupid. These are horrific situations that these women are in. And it was at the hands of somebody. And it was like it reminded me of the Cosby thing and what happens when these men, these powerful, wealthy Black men, are implicated or accused of doing something really bad. Part of the narrative becomes, oh, you're just trying to bring the Black man down. And that is not what is happening at all in this case. These women were harmed and they're saying, this person harmed me and it was not right. And so I just wanted to mention that sometimes Black men can forget or not realize how they can be agents of oppression because they're, yes, they are Black, but they're still men, right? And I think all of us can have the capacity, unfortunately, to be enemies of progress. We all can forget, right? That's another human being. We're not going to do that, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk about those 3 cases and how I thought that they all tied together, which is women of color being victimized and people not believing them, and it's fucked up.
Yeah, that is fucked up.
Also, Cassie had her baby. You know how she's all pregnant?
Oh, yeah,
at the time?
yeah. I heard about
Mama
that.
and baby are doing great. So I was
good.
happy to find that out. What do you got?
Well, did you hear about this former police chief, Grant Hardin?
No, but I don't really like where their story is going. I'm not going to like this, all right?
You're not going to like it.
Okay, what is it?
So he was arrested a while back and sentenced to prison for a murder and a rape.
Okay.
He was a police chief, I guess, in a little town in Arkansas.
Okay.
Called Gateway. I guess looks like 600 people or something. Real small.
Okay.
No, 436 people.
In one
Real
town. Wow.
small. Yeah.
Wow.
So he was the police chief there. Sounds like he was super corrupt and disgusting.
Okay.
And he was known as the Devil in the Ozarks.
Oh, no.
So he was arrested, convicted, sent to prison for a murder and a rape.
Okay.
And he recently escaped.
What?
Yeah, he escaped from the North Central Unit prison in Calico Rock.
What?
This past Sunday, May 25th. He disguised himself with a homemade law enforcement uniform.
Okay.
He pushed a cart of utility materials out of the facility, pretending to be, I guess,
what the hell?
a prison guard or something.
Okay.
And took off.
What?
So they're looking for him in the Ozark Mountains. They believe that he's hiding in the mountains.
Okay.
In the terrain.
Okay.
Know? And that's it.
That's wild. So
yeah.
How long has he been on the lam, so to speak?
Since Sunday, this past Sunday.
Okay.
So it's Thursday now. So what, 4 days?
Okay. Hopefully we find that guy.
Yeah.
What? A rape and a murder, and he's on the loose. That's pretty terrifying for that community.
And a former police chief. What else has he done?
Right.
You know what I mean?
That is terrifying.
That is like a movie, like a corrupt police chief.
Yeah.
A police officer in a movie, you know?
Right. Yeah. And it's even more terrifying because it is
because
real
it's
life.
real.
What's the community name again in Arkansas? What town?
Gateway is the name of the town.
Okay. I know we got Fruities in Arkansas. So
Arkansas. Yeah.
safe,
I'm not sure
y'all.
where it is in Arkansas, but it's a little teeny town.
Less than 500 people is wild.
Yeah. It's real small. It looks like it's on the border of Arkansas and Missouri. So.
Yep. That's Ozark.
Yep.
That's the Ozarks, which I didn't know anything about until the TV program.
A TV show?
Yeah. I think I had heard the word and thought, I don't even know what that is, so I'm just going to disregard.
It's a mountain range. Yeah. It's a very large mountain range.
I had no idea, friend. Thank you. And thank you for bringing that here. Let's be on let's look alive, y'all.
Look alive, yeah.
We off?
30 seconds of carefree bliss.
Oof, like wind in your hair carefree.
Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree.
Yes.
Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree.
He's on a roll now.
Spit toothpaste on the faucet.
You got it.
Peanut butter on the light switch.
Oh, spritz.
Spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good.
Okay, we're back.
Use as directed.
So, in more ICE and Trump fuckery, we've talked about the numerous detentions. They're just snatching people off the street, and really nobody is safe. I saw another really heartbreaking video of a young man who fled Vietnam when he was a little kid. His parents were killed, and his aunt brought him over, and they would not give him citizenship because his aunt was not his parent. And so his status has been in question ever since, and they just snatched him. He's got a wife. He's got kids. He's a good citizen, and it's just a really terrifying state of affairs.
Yeah.
So the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, his name is Ras Baraka. And by the way, I was so excited to learn this. On the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album, the teacher talking during the interludes, like, hey, tell me what your definition of love is. Talking to these young people about the idea of love and happiness and stuff like that in the interludes. It's an album that changed my life. Anyway, so that's the connection with Lauryn Hill. So he's the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, and he was touring a detention center. It was called the Delaney Hall ICE Detention Center in Newark. And according to the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, Mayor Baraka was charged with trespassing. And he, they say, ignored multiple warnings from Homeland Security investigators to leave the facility. And he didn't. And Mayor Baraka has stated that he was not there to protest, but to support the members of Congress who were there touring the facility. He and others raised concerns about the legality and the safety of this privately run detention center in their backyard. We don't want this here. And so that's what he was there for, and they detained him. He has been released. He's also running for the governor of New Jersey, I understand. So that election is going on right now. But I thought that was crazy, an American citizen being detained by ICE. And also, I really loved the Lauryn Hill miseducation of Lauryn Hill connection.
Okay.
Yes.
I got one more story about a former district judge in Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Named Sonia McKnight.
Oh,
Sonia McKnight.
And she's a singer?
No, she's a
McKnight's
former
a
district judge.
Oh, boy.
So she was a judge.
Okay.
Black lady.
Okay.
She was sentenced on May 28th to 13 and a half to 30 years in prison.
What?
For attempting to murder her ex-boyfriend, Michael McCoy.
Oh.
So they've been living together.
Okay.
And he wanted her to leave.
Okay.
And he broke up with her.
Okay.
And he wanted her to leave, and she wouldn't leave. And I guess it was going on for a while, and she just wouldn't leave. And so he came home one night, and she was sitting on the couch in her pajamas, and he's like, you really need to leave. And she's like, oh, you're serious.
Okay.
And then he went to bed, and she shot him in the head while he was sleeping.
While he was
Thankfully.
This is a judge with a degree?
A judge.
And common sense?
Isn't
and
that
who
crazy?
knows about the law and crime? What?
That's why I found this story so interesting.
Okay.
So she shot him in the head. Thankfully, the way that the bullet went, he was okay.
Whoa.
He lost sight in one eye. But he lived.
Oh my God.
But apparently she delayed calling 911.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up and thought that he was having a brain aneurysm or something. And but he did survive.
What a wild fucking story. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that guy survived.
I know. This is going to be on Snapped.
Yeah. I'm so disappointed in that judge, though.
Yeah.
Because she knew better. She knew better.
Just because people are smart doesn't mean that they're emotionally intelligent, you know?
That's true. But part of me, okay, I have very bad PMDD. And I think I am also going through perimenopause. So anyway, all I'm saying is, what if this is a woman of a particular age and she too was going through perimenopause or menopause? And I don't know if you know about this menopause bullshit, but it will make you crazy. Things that don't make sense all of a sudden seem to make sense to you when you are in a state. That
didn't happen to me, but...
Wait, you had no mood or mental changes?
If I did, it was not that bad.
You didn't want to kill anybody?
I mean,
Beth.
I've been wanting to kill people all my life. So.
And so I started a true crime podcast. There. No,
instead, I got fascinated with true crime.
There was one episode we covered, and I think Minnie either wrote the episode, helped us write the episode, or was on it with us. The woman in Las Vegas who took her car and killed a bunch of people.
Oh, right. Right.
And one of the theories that we discussed was, given her age, if perimenopause or menopause and hormone changes may have contributed to her mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember her talking about that. And I remember her talking about menopause and how it can fuck you up.
Oh, my God. So bad. But apparently not bad.
And my experience was not that bad. I'll be honest with you. I've dealt with depression my entire life and did not find relief until I went on anxiety medication. And maybe that's why.
You didn't notice.
Because I didn't go on anxiety medication until I was pretty much going into, or I was in perimenopause probably.
Oh.
And so maybe that's why. But it wasn't that bad for me.
Yeah. Well, I do think, I wish there was more resources devoted to women's health.
Yeah, but there isn't because men suck.
Not a problem.
Sorry, men.
Yeah. And so we just kill them. Okay, next story.
Next story, yeah.
But I really believe that there is the mood and hormone changes. I have felt at times that I am capable of murdering somebody. In this state, I wouldn't.
In this state, yeah.
But I have felt
I think we're all
that
capable.
I definitely could. And if you do one more thing,
yeah,
I can't guarantee I won't react.
Your safety, yeah.
Be ashamed if something happened to you. I'm sorry, I was such a silly
That's a nice
mood.
head you have on those shoulders. Be ashamed something happened to it.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I'm
Better
sorry,
mind your
everybody.
P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this leader of the African country of Burkina Faso?
No.
And his name is Tory.
No.
And they're calling him the African Che Guevara.
Huh.
This guy, okay, so the country is called Burkina Faso. It's West Africa. And this leader, Ibrahim Traore, he took power in 2022 after a coup. And he is super pro-Pan-African. You African?
Oh,
we
you know
love
what?
you. And
I heard about him.
his sickening. I love it. He basically said, hey, France, get the fuck out of here. He's trying to improve his country. And the problem not the problem, but Europe has really ravaged Africa. The whole world has. And it is an extremely resource-rich place.
Right.
And, like your cell phone, Cobalt. Cobalt runs your cell phone. That's in Africa. And people are starting to realize, whoa, we've got a lot here and we should protect it and we should get these European fuckos out of here.
Right.
So he's basically just like, fuck colonizers, France, you are not welcome here anymore. He kicked them out and he's giving all these really great speeches and motivating a lot of people. The thing that I find captivating is that he is really speaking the language of revolution. And we are in a time where people are really hungry for that kind of discussion because it feels appropriate. And Black people all over the world are like, y'all need to pay attention to this guy because he is bars, he's spitting. So I've just been consuming videos. I should have been working, but I've just been watching videos of Traore all day. And he's so handsome. And he's so smart.
I did hear about him, but I didn't know his name. Somebody was telling me about it, but I didn't know his name.
Tell me who.
Oh, my was telling me about it.
Oh, tight. Yeah. So anyway, I'm following. Halloween costumes, anyone? This where can I get a beret? I mean, he's always wearing his military garb, and I feel like that adds to the impact of his image and what he's saying. And I'm just loving the fuck out of it. So that is all I got. Revolution, everybody. This can't continue. So
it's unsustainable.
It is sure as shit is. Can you imagine? I mean, think about this. Me and my husband were talking about this. Old Whitey. The world, our kids are good. Like when they're looking for jobs, done with college or whatever. What the fuck?
I
what
know.
The fuck?
It's really depressing to think about. So I just don't.
No, Gen X. That's how we can't do that.
Well, hey, I gotta survive, man. I can't survive if I'm depressed. So.
That's true. Yeah. And you know what? Yeah, we all. Literally, just all are doing the best that we can
just
with
trying
what
to
we
get
got.
through it. And,
yeah.
Work towards a better future, but I don't feel like there's anything we can do right now.
At this moment, you know what?
Just talk about it, I guess.
Talk about it, and everybody is on the prayer list. Every single body is on the prayer list, the whole world. And, just, it's hard out there, y'all.
It is hard. Yeah.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode. We certainly have really enjoyed talking about all this crazy stuff. Faux show. And I always love talking to my friend Beth.
Yeah,
thank you for being here and listening. And, tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods. What stories are you paying attention to? And might you want to hear Beth and Wendy's take on it?
Yeah.
Animal stories. Love them. And that's all I've got.
That's it.
Okay. Now, where can the people find us, Beth?
Our website is fruitloopspod.com, and we use Fruit Loops Pod for all of our social media. The footnotes for each episode can be found on our website, plus check it out for the different ways that you can support the show. You can also join us on Patreon, where we have hundreds of hours of bonus content. You can also support us by supporting our sponsors or by giving us a 5-star review.
5 stars only, please.
Also, don't forget to subscribe.
That's right. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and episodes drop on Thursdays. So until next time, love you. Bye.
you.
Yeah.
And thank you. Why, thank you so much.
We're free.
We're free. Yeah. Dobby is free.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh my God. Is she going to have a party? At least she didn't have to deal with having to hide a dead body. Or, I mean, imagine how stressful that would be, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I've had slavery and oppression on the brain since day one. This is not new. Wendy has always been about it.
I would not have thought anything less.
Really? Wait, is it hosted by Joni Mitchell?
No.
Okay. Joni Mitchell's on our network? Oh my God. Wow.
And it's being produced by Barack and Michelle Obama.
Up. Shut the fuck up. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Where's my time machine so I can go to the future and watch it now? But so Larry Hoover is free? Question mark? And then
he's been pardoned of his Did you hear about this former police chief, Grant Hardin?
No, but I don't really like where their story is going. I'm not going to like this, sorry.
You're not going to like it.
Okay, what is it? You didn't want to kill anybody?
I mean,
Beth.
I've been wanting to kill people all my life. So.
And so I started a true crime podcast. There. Yeah. And so we just killed him. Okay, next story.
Next story, yeah.
So that is all I got. Revolution, everybody. This can't continue. So that's time. That's my time. They're giving me the green light. I mean, the red light.
The red light. Time to go.
Time to go. Okay, cool. I will get this audio into the drive, and I guess I'll see you next week.
All right.
In the meantime, take care.
Look alive. Look alive.
Y'all. It's crazy out there. Okay. All right. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.